Right? And we have a strategy statement. I'm just going to call on Donnie Stockman from this in the interest of time. Donnie Stockman.
Become a 5 million case wholesale by 2020, doing excellent beers, delivering profitable beverage solutions through channel focused beers, focusing on brand development, education, and innovation.
Thank you, sir. That's where we're going. We've made some big leaps towards that number. The volume piece, we're at roughly 80% there, give or take. Although that's not an entitlement, that's the combination of Eldridge with our current system. And just because some of those two are there, we have to work hard every day to maintain that bigness, that volume, those dollars, that ability. So a lot of work to be done there. We thank everyone in this room to have done the things to make ourselves a solid world-class wholesaler to get there. That's a big achievement. So give yourselves a hand for that. It's kind of a golf clap, but that's okay. All right, here's the agenda tonight. I'm going to call Dudley up the stage. Trimester 1 was about driving cost out of the system and getting our expense ratios more in line with industry standards and world-class standards. And he has some information on how we did there and some awards to give to that. So Dudley will do that. We're going to introduce a topic called 2-second lean based on what's called lean manufacturing. It's a systemic way of driving waste and cost out of the system. And it really ties to what we did in T1, but in a more effective, maybe more broad-based way is a good way to say that. So we'll talk about that and how we spin that concept into our theme for trimester 3. So we're going to show you some stories, both from the author of what's called 2-second lean. We're going to look at a manufacturing firm that has found ways to improve their world bits at a time, controlling controllables within each respective employee's place. And then we're going to show you a local spin, because we've already got some people to think about this locally. We have 2 stories that we're going to share locally. Then you're going to think about how we do this, as I mentioned, cluster up in groups of 6 or so functionally. So account managers in the metro off with account managers in the metro off, rural account managers together, delivery folks of the same delivery type, rural-based delivery and off. We want you working with the people that have the same kind of common work, and then I want you to brainstorm how we can bring this to life so we can make good momentum and accomplish something, okay? So that's where we're headed. And then we'll say thank you, and then we'll have beers. So with that, okay, I'm going to call Dudley to the stage. Thanks, Mike. Yeah.
Like Mike said, it's pretty.
You can click to the right to advance the slides.
Like Mike said, the theme we're going to be introducing today has a lot to do with what we did the first trimester. Does anybody, before Mike let you know what the first trimester, did anybody remember what the first trimester theme was about? Raise your hands. That's what I was afraid of. But we didn't forget, and we encouraged everybody to form up some teams. Here's kind of the definition of what we were going to do the first trimester. I won't read it, but bottom line is we're about 20 cents per case higher on average in expenses at Fleck Sales than most wholesalers of our type are, and our goal was to try to reduce that gap. And we were looking for ideas from anybody, and we were encouraging you guys to form teams and do it in a Shark Tank format. Kind of hit and miss, false starts, lack of follow through on both ends, but ultimately we did have 2 viable candidates that actually put the effort and work into presenting something that would actually save the company some money. So I'm just going to be here to announce the winners, present a check, and then we can move on to try 3. The runner-up, Dave Martindale. I think he had another guy or 2 with him at first, but some of his items that he was talking about covered those areas, as you can see. So again, I appreciate Dave who presented in front of a few of us to judge his presentation. He went to the work and the effort, and a couple of good ideas that are easily introduced, and a couple ideas that were really putting good for this 3rd trimester theme. But anyway, Dave, if you're here, would you like to come up?
He's still out.
Okay. Dave, just by the fact that he made the effort, it's a $500 check. So,
Was how much?
500.
That almost looked like a 6.
Out of the way, Rob. Let's hear it for Dave.
The second guy, the winner, went all out. He researched, he put together the numbers, the metrics, and we double checked, they're all accurate, weren't BS. Put together a nice little presentation and presented it in front of a group that included myself and Neil and Deb and some other people. Mike, I think you might have been there. But anyway, the kicker here is he stuck with it and he actually implemented, or caused to be implemented, his suggestions before having to be asked or getting approval. Nate Rubner had to do with fire sale pricing and repackaged beer. Minimum potential of $40,000 savings in a year's time. Now that's real cost savings, and it was really easy and simple to implement. So Nate, I'd like to have you come up and accept your reward. And don't be shocked, guys. This was on the table for everybody. We had a meeting, and we'll document this. So Nate, congratulations.
Nate's fun.
I'll ask Nate to kind of just go through what he presented to give you an idea.
You should tell people how much that was for.
It was published, and we had a meeting about it. It was out there if you guys wanted.
3,000.
Holy crap.
That was meant to have, it was meant to be teams of 3 to 5 people that would share that. Anyway, Nate's going to go through what he presented and what this represents. I don't know if it's a world class, but really, really good effort. So go ahead, Nate.
Like Dudley said, this is pretty simple. I mean, last year we sold 39,985 cases. Out of those 40,000 cases, 2,500 were 30 packs. We used to sell those anywhere from $5 to $8 a case. We raised that to the minimum price is now $10. That's a generated savings of anywhere from $5,000 to $12,500. It was hard to narrow down exactly out of those 2,500 cases what they were all sold at, but they were anywhere from 5 to 8. So that's why it's 5,000 to 12,000. Out of those 40,000, there was almost 8,000 cases of craft beer. We used to sell those. There was 5,000 sold at $10, and then 2,000 some sold at $12. You see, we sold that for $82,000. Every craft beer case now is sold at $14 a case minimum, which saved approximately $27,000. And then the remaining 29,000 were cases sold anywhere from $5 to $10. So now the lowest price on any case is $8. Repack beer, all repack beer that we don't repack to do a full case goes into a mix and match case. We used to sell those at $10 a case for everything, no matter what it was. If it was fresh in there, Ice House, Fat Tire, whatever it was $10. All cases now are sold at $14. We roughly do a pound or so a week, so that would be 3,300 cases a year. Like you can see right there, 10 cases at 3,300 cases would be 33,000. 3,300 cases at $14, that generated another $13,000 in savings. Like I said, some discounts stay the same, some decrease, some increase. Even if we raised every case by $1, the 40,000 cases would generate about $40,000. That's a minimum savings. Some cases are sold for more, so the savings has more potential than $40,000. This was really easy to implement. Probably took maybe an hour worth of work. So yeah, pretty simple.
All right.
That's a good hourly rate for me. Years after the meeting, right? Okay, so I'll just leave here. All right, so in the theme with cost savings, a good achievement when one puts his mind to it. There's a lot of things out there. We thought, as Dudley mentioned, We had good results for a couple of projects. Certainly we're looking for a broader based approach to save the money, get more efficient. And bless our coach Doug Wick, who's with us tonight. He doesn't want to be recognized sometimes, but Doug, okay, he's in there. Doug said, you know, we need to find a way to get everybody involved in this process and create more of a mindset every day versus once a month doing a theme where you reward some cost saving idea. How do you take cost savings and make it a daily approach, focusing on little increments of efficiency, and have 120 people do that and think about that every day? So that's what was compelling. And Doug pointed us in the direction, again, as I mentioned in the agenda, to a concept called 2-second lean. So I want to show you a video that in a minute 15 frames up what that's about. Okay? So give a look.
Welcome to my world of 2-second lean. What is 2-second lean? It is simple. I took a world-class business concept, practiced by the top companies in the world, Toyota, Harley-Davidson, Porsche, and made it fun and easy so anyone could tap into the power of daily continuous improvement. There are 3 easy steps to become a powerful lean thinker. First, learn the 8 ways. Overproduction, transportation, inventory, defects, overprocessing, motion, waiting, wasted human potential. Then you will see these different ways everywhere, and it will drive you crazy. Second, you will be compelled to eliminate the waste you now see and make improvements every day that removes the waste in your life. Make it the first thing you do every day. Small, consistent, tiny, 2-second improvements, all hooked together day after day, adds up to mountains of more free time, friend time, and play time. You see, there's nothing cool about being wasteful, and there is everything cool about becoming a lean thinker. Third, pull out your smartphone and shoot a quick video to show your improvements to your friends, family, and coworkers. That's it. Prepare to experience the power of becoming a lean thinker.
Thank you, YouTube. Okay, what'd you take out of that? Anybody? Thoughts? 3 steps, right? First, identify there's 8 categories. We'll look at those a little later. 8 deadly sins of waste, right? And look around your world, things that are within your direct realm of control that you can make little tiny improvements on to make your job more efficient, your life more efficient. And it implies that it's within your realm. It's easy for us to look at the broad view and say, oh, gee, if I was in charge of the warehouse, we do it this way. If maybe there's a pick accuracy problem, or the way I don't like the way my pallets are built if I'm a driver, or don't like the way the Encompass process works. And if there are truly those things, let's get that out right away. If there are things beyond your direct realm of control that you see as opportunity to fix, you certainly should say something that at least point us towards that solution. A guy I worked for at Miller named John Boland used to run around the place saying, I am the problem and I am the solution, meaning, define the problem, but if you don't at least point the organization, your boss, or somebody in the right direction what you think and make it better, then you're just bitching, right? Oh, that's a problem. See, that's not my problem. We all can tend to do that, right? It's real easy and convenient to walk away from those little inequities and the things that you see that are broke. But I guess that's the one piece of a mindset that when you see a problem, if you don't have the full answer, at least point us in that direction, okay? So you're going to see those things naturally, and I'm sure we can have an interesting conversation over here about problems that are in other places that affect you, right? So help us with that, with lean and solution. Now, with that said, the way your route's set up, the way your tools as a salesman are set up, all the environment you're in are filled full of things that just have to be lived with. Really? Some things maybe just have to be lived with. But I betcha those are things that can be fixed. And here's a little story for you now that I think about it. Well, if that guy didn't stab you, I remember when I first met Dennis, he was a salesperson for Jerebeck and came over and did some delivery for us at Fleck when we bought him that 4th of July weekend way back. Remember that? I was riding with you, remember? You know what you did that day? No. I'm going to tell you what he did that day. Dennis is a pretty organized guy. I'm going to tell you what, he does not like waste and junk and this and that. It was a long day because, again, the deal went down and sure enough, we implemented it 4th of July. We didn't have anything better to do. But Dennis went into every darn convenience store back room and started creating systems and putting things in different places, taking what was 3 companies' backstocks and consolidating it into a system where he could take the Fleck portfolio, the Jerebeck portfolio, and put it all together. So no one told him to do it. It was something he could control. And moving forward, as you took that route over Dennis, what was that about? Why'd you do it?
Save time.
Right? So that's what we're talking about. There's things in your world that you can either live with or you can do something about. Now, that took a while. You had a long day. I'm sure that you did it every day of that week. I'm certain, right? True story? Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Things in your world that you can control and make better. And if it's something that's broader than that, you let us know. Now, you won't get this until you see it in action. And the next video we're going to look at is a company named, what's the name of the company there, Doug? Paul Akers runs this manufacturing company, it doesn't really matter. And you're going to see him go around his manufacturing firm and look at these employees and all the little improvements that they've made. So this should get you to see how it goes ground level. So give this a look.
Tyler, what's your favorite improvement?
Well, when I started here, we had a tool wall that went in the middle of this table right here, and it basically cut the table in half. It's hard to reach for the tools, and I actually ended up knocking it over with the mold. So we built this. Beautiful tool drawer, has everything we need, all ties in. It's a lot easier. This thing right here.
Wow, what is this thing?
Traditionally, for our carriers, it saves us 15 minutes per carrier. If 10 carriers a day, it's 150 minutes. That's over 2 hours every day we save with this thing.
Amazing. Thank you, Landtech.
Cruising Cafe. So when we first moved into this building, John and I worked on the front trail. So we made it so that you start in this section, you walk all the way down, and you come back around. So packing station's your last place.
Oh, it's
and
a
you never
cell.
have to bounce back and forth.
Nice
Yes.
job. What's your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement last year was moving this bench. I had a red bench. It was just a cart, and now I have everything that I need right where I need it. I got my tools right here. I'm using some over there right now, but got everything I need in one spot.
Nice. So Kaizen foamed on everything. All your solvents, guns, tape
All the guns
measures.
at the same level.
Nice job.
Bench.
Well done.
I needed electrical stuff right there.
And you got bins down there for all the different components too.
Yep.
Fast dustpans, and the dust actually sweeps in instead of just
Oh, nice. Nice job.
My whole sock chart.
Oh, nice.
Everything's got its own spot. Right there.
And Yuri's using one right now, so we know.
Yeah.
Right over there, Yuri's using it, so we know nothing's missing.
Yeah.
Right on. Nice job.
Just a bottle holder, because I usually have a bottle of water and a coffee, and that clears out the table.
Nice, you're doing nice job.
Yes, what's your favorite improvement, man?
Well, Paul asked me what Tyler's favorite improvement was, so it's my big name tag.
14?
Being able to work in this facility, look at it.
It's amazing, isn't it? What's your favorite improvement?
All these miscellaneous casseroles.
Oh, wow, look at it. Annie's been working on this too. Look at that.
She's been labeling all
Been
these.
labeled so clear. Annie, what's your favorite improvement?
That one actually, but it would be these labels with the single sheet, the mini boxes, standard UPCs on them that we are incorporating in here and also doing this out.
Yeah, they're beautiful. It tells you exactly what's going on. So well done.
Improvement.
This new countertop was one of my favorite improvements.
Ooh, why?
Here. Because it made working at Fast Edge so much easier.
Yeah, very smooth, easy to move things around. And look, you guys got everything dialed in. So well done. Nice job. Improvement 2014.
This table I built for Fast Edge.
Wow, nice. And why do you like it so much?
It used to be like these little ones right here. A bunch of tools that we don't use.
So you sorted through everything, got everything cleaned up. Nice bench to work on, all made out of the starboard. Nice 2014.
Color coding the bolts so that standard is up.
All right, in the interest of time, that goes on for several minutes. Hope you get it. And someone give me the key point of that video. Efficiency, right? Who's driving the efficiency? Brandon says efficiency. Who's driving it?
Employees.
Everybody, each individual in there, right? Right? Their own 6-foot perimeter where they work or whatever on their route, in their cubicle, and those types of things is the key point. And some of them aren't huge and ridiculously audacious. Doug showed us a video where a guy found a better place to put his cell phone in his car to make it more organized so he can field calls when he's on a sales route. So nothing is too small if it makes you more organized, and many things can be bigger and broader, right? Get that? So I guess I'm going to take great pains to emphasize, until you see the opportunities in your world, we're never going to get anywhere. So as you think, as you're a Billy and the CS department has a line cleaner in person there are, what are the little tiny steps? How can you save time and be more efficient in that space? So we'll talk about that here in a second. So bring it to our theme. So here's the deal. You gotta love the picture down there, right? Now good. Take a shuffle. All right, people look lovely, dude. We thought 2-second lean. Every time we got together as a management team, Doug was saying 2-second lean. Like, what's that? Okay, lean manufacturing. Like, okay, but that's lean. I'm not getting it. I'm not loving it, because it's like stuff bugs us every day, right? We got it, and the call to action doesn't sum it up. I can't remember who came up with the term "doesn't necessarily matter," but I think someone said we got to fix what bugs us. Fix the crap in our world that bugs us. You're irritated every day by stuff in your world. So if you see the problem, if you see something bugging you, fix it and take those little bites. So that's our theme, based on this inspiration from 2-second lean, based on you finding those things that you can fix, right? So that's the theme. And I want to show you what can happen when 4 guys go have a beer at a bar and see a problem that needs to be fixed. And just through a little collaboration, a little localization of fixing what bugs us, that's kind of similar. So this is inspired by John McDonough and Andy Hodge at Tornadoes. So we'll see this. Andy Hodge.
Hi guys, I'm Andy Hodge. I'm the Metro on-premise salesman for downtown Cedar Rapids, and John McDonough on Route 81 is my driver. For this Trimester team, Fix What Bugs You, is we're down here at Tornadoes, and we had a problem with Miller Lite product coming close to code, and we made close to code product or out-of-date product. So what we did to solve that is we looked at the selling rate for Miller Lite bottles and realized that they had too much space in the well warranted for that item, where Tall Boy sales have taken over the bottle sales. So we did a switch between the two on a front fill cooler that only holds a limited amount of space. We moved the Miller Lite bottles to there and moved the Miller Lite Tall Boys into the drop well, so they can hold multiple cases in there, and the bartender save time by not having to run downstairs and get more product. So in saying, we fixed our problem by warranting less space to an item so it doesn't go out of date, and we fixed the parts problem by having them be more cost effective with the way they're selling their product. Hi guys, I'm Andy Hodge.
You're good, but you're not there. Okay, you wouldn't believe it. Came to me sideways. I had to download Movie Maker and do all this special stuff so you're not looking like this. Okay, so thanks to John and Andy. And if you want to steal one, what'd you learn there if you're selling bars? Somebody tell me.
Reorganization.
Yeah, we do it all the time in C-stores and supermarkets. We analyze the living snot out of the space in a supermarket or a convenience store. But we really don't do that good of a job in a bar. I don't think. Maybe you do, but I hadn't heard it. This one was an easy one in a sense. Once you start looking at the numbers, it's going to be good for the bar because they're not wasting space on something that's not selling. I know we're going to get new placements out of the deal and just some credibility with the bar, right? So thank you. Let's hear it from these guys for share another one with you. Our illustrious theme committee leader, Tanner, made a video. In his world, something that bugged him was just the time it took to find certain files for sign shops, and so he fixed it. Look at this one.
Hello everyone, this is Tanner from Sign Shop. I'm here to talk about our new trimester theme, Fix What Bugs You. One of the things that kind of bugs me and also sometimes takes up time finding things is the organization of our iDrive. iDrive here in the sign shop lists all of our brands, and within those folders or those frames that we carry are logos, products, and just miscellaneous things like case cards. Now, sometimes things get thrown in iDrive and can sometimes be hard to find things, so by creating different folders within those brands can easily save some time by finding what you're looking for when working on a project. Within this folder, we have logos that we have listed here and products, and so it makes it pretty simple. Some other folders that we have sometimes have a lot of different stuff, and sometimes are old from the previous years, and so by organizing the old stuff and getting some of the new stuff in, it makes it a lot easier to find and not having so much stuff, and also saves space on our iDrive. By spending a few minutes every day, I'm able to go through these folders and organize them and get rid of some of the old case cards or whatnot in those folders. And so when working on a project, saves us a lot of time finding what we need.
Okay. All right. So something that's been bugging Tanner, and he's motivated to action, and that wasn't an earth shatter. It took him forever, but just the mindset of just think of the time over a year, right? And I need to ask you, Doug, because you said these little increments can add up. Do the math for us and share that. Because a company who can get everybody to make those small ones, the efficiency over time, I can't.
I think the number was if you just improve 0.01% a day over 2 years, you double productivity.
Okay, so if you make those little tiny increments improve, you can double productivity over here. Now that sounds pretty unbelievable in a way, doesn't it? But if everybody thought that way, and Tanner could save 5 or 10 minutes a day over the course of a year, think of all the time savings and efficiency. So in a sense, we're duty bound to do that anyway, but it's really a mindset that we have to get ourselves out of when we're trying to get there. So thank you for that. Appreciate your help on that. Okay, so with that said, and when I was sitting on the theme committee's meeting, and McDonough's in the room, and Tim Manderscheid, and we're all like, you still got to get how this fits your world, right? So first of all, you got to understand, and they talked about these 8 deadly sins of waste, and here they are. Number 1 is overproduction. Now in manufacturing, that's making too many widgets, fine. The brewery can overproduce. We can certainly overorder inventory, or you can overorder inventory at retail, and you do too much whatever work it is. If I overdo anything, it's not good. Over-processing, Dudley talked about this and asked about shrink wrap. We want the right amount of shrink wrap. Not a little bit. We don't need to wrap it so it goes to Korea. At the same time, you need enough so it doesn't break beer, right? So what's that sweet spot? Excess inventory, Kyle, that's when it's easy for you, but then retail salespeople too, right? The sweet spot of inventory. Not too much, not too little for out-of-stock fish, right? Defects in everything. There can be a defect in, if you're putting up the same defective equipment each and every day, just tolerating it. Shame on you. Shame on me if I do that. Transportation, right? That I know John has led that in the warehouse, and we continue to look at how much transportation coverage with walking riders and forklifts, those types of things. That's in our world that we want to be mindful. But that can be the same on a delivery guy, right? Where can you park the truck versus where it's parked? The special events and how much transportation time there is between the back tubs and where all those things add up. So the efficiency of transportation. Number 5. Number 6, wasted motion. I do a lot of that when I drink too much coffee like I'm doing right now, but that's just me. So how are you wasting motion? Do you have your tools together? Is your stuff there in the space so you're not having to run over here, run over there? We get that, I think. And then waiting time. Waiting time was a big topic, John, wasn't it? What did we talk about with waiting time in our theme committee, if you don't mind me asking?
Wasted time, it's wasted money, it's less family time, it's less time you could be more effective doing other things.
So delivery guys, what are some of the ways that you have to wait that you shouldn't? What gets in the way?
Checks.
Waiting for a damn check. So what if you all got more of your accounts on EFT? Would that save you time and money? It'd be a good thing. You can go play softball, drink a beer with your family. So there's a 3-1-3 delivery, guys. If you work on EFT, that's beautiful. And certainly we've done things over time to tackle that. Can you figure out a way to minimize backroom or check-in time by talking to accounts? Well, you can probably influence or impact more than you think, right there. Okay, good. So that's what we're talking about. So you got to get these concepts in the context of what you do. And with that said, rather than me yak about that anymore, we're going to split you up for 15 minutes in groups of 6. Team leaders and supervisors take the lead and shepherd. You should stay in here and cluster in huddles. I want one person to write notes. You're going to get a form that looks like this. It's got those 8 areas of wasted time and energy. And I missed the last one, which is unused employee genius. Your ideas that help fix all the others. That's why it's at the center, right? Using your ideas. I think we're pretty good with that from a culture. We listen. So we want you to think about the categories in your world. For example, we just said waiting time in the driver's world can be solved by EFT. Waiting for a check. Solution EFT, right? How can salespeople get their tools and their information more efficient so there's less time messing around writing an order and more time selling? So think about your process as an account manager. There's probably things you can do to get it more organized and be more efficient. Okay? So any number of things there. So we want you to define those categories, and then we're going to ask you to give us those pieces of paper, and we're going to collect them so we can propagate, spread out all those good ideas so we have a running start into this and actually can do some things. Because the best thing we ought to be doing is stealing each other's good ideas, right? Okay? So Mindy's got forms and pens if you need them. Groups of 6. It is 436 plus 15 is roughly, give or take, 451. Come back here and we'll just poll some people on what you came up with. All right? Everybody got it? Okay, go. And by the way, chain, marketing. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of minutes, just your best stuff, a couple of minutes each team. So
Overproduction, we talked about ordering the appropriate amount of signage, so that way we don't waste their time or their materials. Neons and POS, making sure we get stuff out in a timely manner ahead of the season, so that way it makes room for the new stuff coming in. Excess inventory communicates Kyle when we need more or less, like when we have an account closing or high volume account putting on something new in draft. Taking inventory to write effective orders, sequencing our coolers, so that way things are in an organized spot. Defects, we talked about using repack to fix broken product rather than doing a trade out. Transportation, organized with route sequencing, so driving less miles. That also goes into wasting time. Wasted motion, we talked about sequencing the coolers again, so you're just moving in one fluid motion around the cooler. Implementing the critical minute, so then that way we take everything that we need for that stop into the account at one time rather than going in and out of the account. And yeah, that's the gist of it.
All right, so some things we've been working on in a different context of that. Thank you, guys, appreciate that. Hand them to Doug. Next, CS department now.
We talked about we kind of mixed between drafting and myself. So for me, when it's on the same account as another salesperson, I'm not able to see their orders that they've already inputted into the system. So oftentimes we're in the same product, so we have a lot of phone calls back and forth to each other. And, my solution would be to allow me to see the routes that have already been ordered, so that rather than making separate invoices, I'm actually adjusting the order that they've already ordered. Saves a lot of phone calls that we already get. And then Dave brought up when he's in the rural draft area and he gets he's in Tama, he gets a draft call. Rather than just going and doing the draft call when he needs to and then coming back to Tama and adjusting to his routing. So when he goes to Benton, the draft call is just Benton that day and comes back on his Benton day and does Tama the following day and puts it there. So saving a lot of time in driving and adjusting that. And then Brandon talked about just labeling his tool drawers in the draft room. Because oftentimes I know I do that. And I go in and look at the tool, I open like 4 or 5 drawers looking for a screwdriver. Now it says screwdriver, so it doesn't prove for guys like me. And then another one he found when he was doing installs, he would be going in and out from his truck. So he put storage boxes. Rolling toolbox, basically, that he rolls in with and that has everything that he needs. Saves him a lot of time going in and out from basic coolers.
Okay. Thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Rural account managers, what you come up with?
A couple different things. Higher job positions requesting input from the other guys, like sales were requesting how he's ordering, how does it affect the merchandise. That way they're working efficiently together by ordering it. Maybe he's ordering this one day instead of twice a week, twice a week stock. It also affects the warehouse ordering in layers so that it's easier for them to count, recheck it, gets that process moving forward. Another thing, like Adam said, I think draft training for small issues and having these guys trained in the rural areas, so Frenchie's not driving all the way to Benton to fix a faucet that Derek might be there that day, and so that keeps everybody running efficient. Damaged product, does everyone know where tape strips and things like that are? Simple process, but with everybody in the new areas coming in, we have those tools. The other thing is back that he brought up, like you said, organizing that back stock for speed and shelf efficiency with the driver and the salesman.
Talking together about that, huh?
Well, and then organize it so a way that it gets it to the shelf quickly, say, less out of stocks, it's easy, and the help's gonna fill it that way. If it's better for 6 cases of beer, the helping can do that.
Yeah, that's the gist. Okay, let's get that knowledge. Okay, good. Warehouse operations and administration folks. You're the spokesperson, Deb. Let's not folks give Deb your undivided attention. You're smart.
There was too many guys on one truck in the warehouse as far as hauling and access to the work. Cut down on how many people are working on a truck as they come in or go out or whatever it is that they're getting. EFTs, somebody had brought that up earlier, but a reminder, if you do get an account new, sign up for EFT, we are still paying $10 to the employee that does that. So that looked at an incentive to work a little harder on that. Waiting for orders, I think that was just to remind everybody to get them in sooner than later, as you get them done, get them in so they can get stuff done in the warehouse and get it done. You guys know that, right? Okay. The suggestion was office supplies. Several people do go out and just pick them up as they need them. Tammy does have a woman that she works with, a business in town that gives us a significant discount on office supplies. So maybe get something together where, as you need stuff, keep a list once a week, turn it in, and we can, save a lot of money that way. Because there's a pretty good price difference rather than just stopping somewhere and grabbing it off the shelf. So if you're an IV or whatever, it's going to be a lot more than this. Vacation calendar, we work out a lot of times trying to figure out a good way to make sure we can figure out who's covering, we're saving time, making phone calls to say so-and-so's not working, who's working for him. Louis just did something today, actually, with one of his sales guys that was off, and with that, he had to put it on the calendar, but he also had written in there who was covering for him. That would be awesome. Same with Aaron, if he's going to approve something, or anybody who's going to approve time off. Put on there when you try to slip in who's most likely going to be the person to cover that, so everybody's aware. And not playing tag and phone calls trying to figure out who that was. And then Kyle had better forecasting by salesmen for specialty items, so we know that falls under excess inventory, so we're not fire selling stuff at the end. You said you wanted it, but we're still sitting with it. Specialty items, obviously, quite expensive. And we've also discussed going paperless as far as the sales tickets. So we're trying to figure out the best way to implement that. I spoke with somebody that paperless ones, and that's all they've ever done. They've always done paperless. So we just have to figure out how to go in place.
you market that as being a green company and all that crap.
Yeah, by Walmart.
Okay, the delivery segments, on-premise delivery, who's speaking up here?
This guy right here.
Right here, John
Right
Mack.
there.
It's not.
Alright, we had POS is great, but sometimes an account has too many, so say our POS guys make 4 signs and the account only makes 1, well that's wasted time and wasted paper and all that good stuff.
Really, you should only need 2. You need one at the doorway and one right behind where the bartender is going to be where you're taking the order. From the eyesight.
Our excess inventory, we got back stocks too high and build 2 limits are too high. We need to meet the par and meet that sweet spot. Sometimes, the account has all their money tied up in 20 cases of every product. It's like you don't need that, and then it's going to cause that behavior. Defects in transportation, those kind of go together for us. We're like picking up breakage from the cause of misbuilt pallets. As drivers, we see a lot of tall boys as base layers. Well, in humidity and this kind of weather and stuff, it doesn't take much. Just taking the corner a little too fast, whatever, that whole pallet's gone. I mean, maybe it wasn't wrapped the best or whatever would be the reason, but you're spending all that time picking up that mess, it's damaged product, customers not getting that product. It's taking me the time to do it. It's just a no win for anybody. Defective equipment, like such as bay doors and maybe wheelers breaks, so just kind of update the equipment, things like that, help that. Bad equipment with the trucks and trailers, just something we can either get maintenance better or just update more often. More maintenance on equipment, so like, just one idea would be take 3 trucks and trailers and have them the sole, what do I want to say?
The sole idea is to have at least 2 or 3 trucks a week be in from top to bottom. We go
Check
through
it.
everything. What's wrong with this? Do you have a problem with this truck or trailer? What's the problem with it? And then go from there. Like this bay door is broken, we need to get it fixed. Okay, well let's get that fixed because now I'm taking 20 minutes trying to open the door and close it. Well, we just fix the problem with the door. 20 minutes safe.
Wasted motion, we got lack of this big one would be for swing drivers especially, because a lot of times a swing driver won't have gone on that route very often, especially the newer ones, and they have a lack of understanding or where to park, where to deliver this, where to take this product, which key to use. So some solutions to that would be, you can go into the account in your handheld and you can go to customer notes and you can type as much stuff as you want in there. You can tell that driver where to park, what key it is, where this product goes, which cooler this one goes in, where the kegs go, where the case beer goes, where your empties are located, where your redemption's located. That's just something every driver can do, go into that handheld and get that done. And another big thing to help them out would be label all your keys. And then alarm codes, all that jazz. And then waiting time, we had the big ones were waiting for checks, waiting for accounts that you don't have keys. So your solutions there are try to get your accounts to go from collect on delivery to EFT, and then try to get your accounts to give you keys if possible. Kegs not loaded on time. That doesn't happen very often, but sometimes us guys who do keg routes get here. Your guys their pickers are still picking kegs for you, so that's just a huge waste of time there because you got to get going, you got to get to where you need to be on time, so the rest of your day goes smooth. That's all we have.
Good, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We'll get that done. Appreciate it. Good. Okay. Rural and off-premise delivery.
He pretty much said the same thing we're going to say. Basically, what we came up with is we've got a lot of new salesmen that have not been drivers, and they need to realize how much time it takes for drivers to rotate. So, if we got 30 cases here and there, they send it off, that's a waste of time on rotation. Same thing, just inventory levels per store, so we don't waste time on rotation. I know that a lot of times our product in the warehouse will come out for like a month at a time, the same dates, then all of a sudden they'll switch different people. I mean, I don't know what that's all about, but that saves us a lot of time not rotating. Loaded damage, same thing, loaded damage product, you get loaded, broken cases on top of the pallet. That moves the cases down below, Transportation, same thing, maintain the trucks so they're trustworthy. We're not wasting time on, working on dock plates or whatever. And, wasted motion, stack the two-wheelers right so that, you can wheel them in the store, kick them off, don't have to restack them. I've seen Budweiser guys in the fleet do it all the time. They'll wheel a cart into the store, kick it off, and then they can't get underneath it again, so they got to restack it. Big thing with waiting time, Casey's, EFT, it's been 10 years. 10 years.
We have a meeting
Okay,
next week,
okay.
and we're kind of making progress.
Okay.
First and goal at the board. Just keep.
Yeah, just getting into accounts earlier so we can, same thing, get keys, get into accounts earlier, so we're not wasting time waiting on people. Yep. That's about it.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, Metro off.
We had fix Elixir or make it work smoother.
Okay.
Doesn't
Small little tiny incremental improvements, that one's.
Yeah.
You're very good. I like it.
Excess inventory, the same thing. Control inventory. Talk about quantity device maybe being too high. And training staff to stock their own product for they're good, are good, everybody's good. Defects, damage inventory like they were talking about, fix iPods, route logistics again. Waste of motion and employee genius would be some sort of central information point, and we're kind of working on it with Encompass Knowledge, but recall information or whatever cell sheets and just one spot to go for that. Waiting time, talked about scheduling appointment times with drivers and sales, and just so that retailers, so that you're in sync with the retail to not wait around for them to be able to. And then communication between drivers, merch, and sales, which they want to get to.
Big topics in town. Good?
That's it.
All right, thanks, sir. Appreciate it. And we're going to, this is our last group. If I'm not mistaken, we have the combined category management chain group with the marketing group work together, right? Which is good. The sales and marketing support team. Go ahead, please.
I think we're going to agree that we need a good hour to plan for special events. There's a lot of efficiencies that we fish. One idea that we had was looking at past invoices and years of certain events to look at their loads, because we overload, we overbill for the truck, and then we have to go back and put that gear away, which takes time. Also, when items come in off the truck after a special event, they're put in front of the POS room, and putting it away, it's going to get broken, it's going to get lost, who needs it? We just need a better, efficient way of moving those items around. And looking at a case count as far as does this truck need, do we need a refrigerated truck, do we use a cargo van, because we'll need certain drivers to be able to move those vehicles from one spot to another, and get a CDL if they can just have regular driver's license. So looking at how many cases are sold per event each year. One thing that Bakey's worked on is emails coming in, grouping them into chain. So when we have to send one email out, he knows exactly who to go out to, so he doesn't have to track them email.
Group them by channel, by chain. So if it's a Fairway email, it only goes to the people who have Fairway stores. There's no sense in everybody else having an email. It has nothing to do with that.
There's a little bit of that going on. I went to Fleck Sales. Oh, I know 8 people need it. Get Fleck Sales.
Everybody but Adam gets that one.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. One thing I'm working on is my girls, when they send me their receipts of this, more of this brainstorming, giving the employees a little bit of a voice to come up with some new ideas.
Okay, so, good. Did you find that at all worth it that you guys did this? What do you think? Better than us throwing at you? Okay, so we've got, what was interesting, when we went around the table, some of the solutions were pretty obvious, right? Oh, what EFT, you know, check thing, that's pretty, if we work on that. Some were less, but what we've got is we've identified issues in real world topics. So what our next step is going to be is to capture everything there that was written down, how we categorize some of those things, the vision. I know, John, I think it was your idea, right? About putting that on a wall where we fill in specific solutions against those categories. So it's literally there in everyone's face. And then you can cheat, steal, and grab a good idea and again, expand and spread that idea out, right? So that's kind of the next step. So we give you some meat to go after this, okay? So thank you all for your participation and good ideas. And here's where we're going. Here's the ask. Okay, we want to be successful in this effort to get to the mindset. But here's the goals. What we're asking for is to fix what bugs you issues, be it very small or big, per month, per employee. We want you to take those to your drivers meeting or your Metro off meeting or whatever huddle you go to most frequently. And your team leader or supervisor is going to ask you to bring that and capture that. So, you know, if I'm let's see here, Jody, I guess you deal with accounts that aren't on EFT. If you bring a couple that you're working on to close, great if you close them, at least bring the accounts you targeted that you're working on. So that's an example. Give us two improvement pieces that you're going to work on. So that's the goal.
Mike,
yeah.
Just to clarify, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Now, there's a lot of great ideas floated in this room today, and I'm hoping we are going to put them on a board and you steal those ideas, the ones that you can change. But these ideas that you're bringing to the table are things that you can specifically do yourself, right? It's not, I want that guy to do this, that will make my job easier. It's, you can offer that idea, but we're really looking for those ideas that you bring to the table that you can change yourself.
I think that's a great point. Thank you for
the ideas that came out today. I mean, would save us thousands and thousands of dollars if we could put them on the board and knock every one of them off. There were a lot of good ideas, but they have to be assigned to somebody. And the only way we're going to make this thing work is if you take responsibility for your idea. So that's one thing I wanted to add.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Spot on with that. Again, we talked about the signs. When we do this 2 per month, which is basically 8 a trimester, right? 4 months times 2, each employee is 8. We'll track this. Everybody's getting $50 to spend on what they want. You know, that's better than a hot stick in the eye. And for the team, each team is asked to develop an internal competition. So you're going to have fun within your teams, and whatever that looks like against what the team leaders and supervisors come up with. That was snuck in there today. So
I snuck that in.
That was good. That was good. But we said, what can we do at the end of the year? The trimester ends, and you know it's the holidays and all that. And typically our event for fun as a group is and we do a better holiday party than most companies. We'd just be effing jealous of what we do. But we take on an already fun event and supersize it in some way. You can see there, including some professional entertainment or whatever. So when we conquer this, everybody do
not that kind of professional entertainment.
What professional? So that's the deal. 2 per month per person that you're either working on or successful in closing. And I've got to ask for the order. Then, are you committed? Yeah. Can you do it? Yeah. All right, we'll have a really extra special fun holiday party, get an extra 50 bones, and the good news, the bigger, broader issues, we develop a mindset that keeps it going, and that's what we're looking for. So I got that. I guess in close, Dudley, comments that you have?
I just got through. I just, again, asked the team leaders and supervisors. We have a management meeting Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, right? Bring those ideas for your team to have an internal team contest on Tuesday.
Okay, so that's your next step, team leaders and supervisors. Okay. Alrighty, well that's that. Love the picture. Tanner's not here to be thankful for. We keep finding different ways to put Dudley's mug on cool stuff. Thank you very much. Appreciate your hard work and class dismissed.